Aquarius, this is your check-in. We are going to pull some cards and see what is next for you. And at the end, we're going to pull some oracle cards to round off the message. So Aquarius, what is next for Aquarius? What is next for Aquarius? We have the Wheel of Fortune. And as I'm looking at this card, I really am like getting this sense of the wind blowing, being at the top of the wheel and feeling like the wind blowing, feeling like something is about to turn, like you have this sensation of like, oh, something's coming. Oh, something's coming. We got the Knight of Cups. Let's see what else comes out. Interesting. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Swords. So this can be two things. You're standing at a point in life where you're like, something's coming. I can sense an energy coming. And then there's an energy that comes in that is asking for emotional expression, which is not your favorite. Aquarius, you're not big on that. And you might feel a struggle with how to deal with that. The other option is you're feeling a change and this emotional expression isn't actually external, but internal. You might feel a desire to express yourself emotionally towards someone or something, and it's making you just as uncomfortable. Whether you're receiving or feeling a push to give, emotional expression is making you uncomfortable at this time. That's what's coming up. There is a push, and that's the thing, like, that's why it's so uncomfortable, because whether it is external or whether it's internal, in both situations, it feels like a strong push from the universe. It is something that it's part of your journey right now to explore this emotional aspect of yourself, whether it's facing it through external influences or whether it's facing it internally. It still ends up in the same internal struggle. So let's see. Sorry, I just got a notification that my device is running hot, which is interesting, because I've been recording readings the last couple days, and this is the first time that message popped up. And again, Aquarius, you have a very deep, brooding passion. But when things get too hot, you like to take a step back. Let's get some advice from Spirit. This card is like trying to come out as the Strength card. This feels like a challenge for sure. Let's get some advice from Spirit on how to deal with this next occurrence. The Two of Cups. There's some kind of emotional expression that wants out. Okay. There's some kind of emotional expression that wants out, whether it is out. It's like it's already there and you can sense it, right? It's already there, whether it's external or internal, whether someone is trying to share their feelings with you or you're feeling the need to share your feelings with someone. In any case, you already know it's there. You're not blind to it. You know, you've sensed this. You can pick up on this. You're very smart. So you already know it's there, which is probably why you're feeling discomfort, because you're like, oh no, it's coming. Oh no, it's coming. It's coming. No. Spirit wants you to soften. Spirit wants you to open up to this. We have the Page of Swords. So Spirit is saying you can do it on your own terms. You don't have to jump into the deep end. This is still, the Page of Swords is still an air energy. You can take it slowly. You can approach it rationally if that makes you more comfortable. It doesn't have to overwhelm you. You know, we have this Eight of Swords here, and we have the single sword that he's holding. We also got the Four of Swords. So Spirit is like, you don't have to change completely who you are to accept emotional expression, but you don't need all of these swords around you, okay? You can let some of them go, bring some stillness into this, and just take it slow. You don't have to let things overheat. You don't have to let things brew until they explode. We also got the Queen of Wands, which is telling me that there is a lot of passion in the situation. I will say right now, if this is not in regards to a romantic situation, which I think for a lot of people it will be because of this Two of Cups, but if it's not in regards to a romantic situation, then it is in regards to just any kind of emotional expression about like how you feel, how someone else feels in any kind of relationship, a friendship, family, anything like that, where it's like you're really in your head about it because you're like, I don't want to deal with someone else's emotions. I don't want to deal with my own emotions. All right, let's get some more energies around this. It's okay. You can take it slow. You don't have to let all the emotions bubble up at once. But they're going to come up. You know, the fact that I was saying that you sense this, you feel this, you know this, that this is already there, is being reflected in these dice. We have the 12th house, we have Aries, and we have Neptune. There's this sense of, first of all, you might have been having dreams that are really kind of stressing you out. You might have been having dreams where this emotional expression is already coming up, creeping in. And you're just like, oh no. You might be having dreams, if this is about emotional expression of your own emotions that Spirit is pushing you to do. You might be having dreams where you are starting these conversations, or where you're getting really vivid images and really stressful situations that are actually pushing you to express something that needs to get out. The 12th house is everything unseen. Neptune is very much about the intangible, the things that we sense but cannot touch. And so I strongly think that this is something you're sensing, and it needs to be put into something real. And the fact that we have Aries, that is that push, that is that fire, that push towards, and we also saw the Strength card earlier, that push towards action, towards like, no, now's the time. It needs to be released. There's some kind of emotional release that needs to come out, and you need to like let go of the overthinking and let go of the fears around it. It's okay to be vulnerable. Let's get one card from Spirit on how to get in touch with them. It's kind of like a calling card. If you want to get in touch with Spirit, or interesting, we got physical sensations or clairsentience. You feel it. I kept saying, right? You feel it. I told you right at the beginning that it felt like I could feel what it was like to be at the top of this wheel and feel the wind. That is clairsentience, physical sensations. And this is also talking about, because all I'm seeing here is cups and swords. That is very mental and emotional. So physical sensations might be something that you're having because you're trying to suppress your emotional with the mental. So that might be causing some kind of anxiety and some physical sensations. I'm really getting strongly, if you're having dreams, You might be having dreams in which you get something stuck in your mouth, or where you're vomiting in your dream, something like that, where you're having this strong physical sensation because there's something that wants to be released or let in. So let's get an oracle card for Aquarius. You have night vision. Your intuition is really on point, and I think you're trying to suppress it a lot. Your intuition is very strong at this time. Your senses, your understanding of things is very strong, and I think it's making you uncomfortable in a way where you're like, I just rather not deal with it. Night vision speaks of really strong intuition and very strong senses when it comes to understanding like your situation. You have a very clear understanding, and that's kind of annoying sometimes, right? When we know exactly where our blocks are, we know exactly what the issue is, but we're like, I don't want to deal with it. Look at the fact that both in these images, both of them have their eyes covered. So I'm going to pull one more oracle card to get some motivation. But overall, the fact that we have the Queen of Wands here, like, you, again, Spirit is not telling you have to change completely who you are. You can ease into this. I think they're just saying it's not as difficult as you think it is. You can ease into this. And whatever source of emotion that is causing you pressure, whether that is somebody else proclaiming their emotions or somebody asking you to proclaim emotions, whoever that outside source is, if their intentions are pure, they will have patience with you. And especially if you show that you are trying, if you show, I'm trying to heal what is holding me back, I'm working on this blockage, I'm trying, they will have patience. And we have rebirth. For a star to be born, there is one thing that must happen. A gaseous nebula must collapse. Rebirth, absolutely talking about the fact that there is something, there's a block that you are about to obliterate. There's a block that you are about to obliterate, and it is time. It has been building up. The fact that a gaseous nebula must collapse, the pressure it takes for that collapse to happen, the pressure that builds up over time, the kind of pressure that needs to like be released at some point. This has been a long time coming. I know it's easy for me to say from the outside, but I don't think it's as scary as you think it is. The 12th house is often like things a little bit obscured, and so we think that the monster is a lot bigger than it really is in reality, right? So again, focus on physical sensations that you're having, clairsentience. If you're in an environment and you feel uncomfortable, try to take a step away from that environment. Try to get your body regulated, and see when you're feeling that push. There's also a difference between bad discomfort and exciting discomfort, right? When we're about to express something to someone, if you feel like the physical sensations are too overwhelming and you can't get over that, and you can't express what you're trying to express because it makes you nauseous, then try and explore a different avenue of expressing yourself. Try a love letter, try a song, try other ways, but just try whoever you're trying to express yourself towards, try to show them that you're trying. That's going to make a huge difference. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to say thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope I get to read for you again sometime. Take care.